Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kosuke again. Today, I'd like to talk about 5 guitar tips for you to take the next step. Occasionally, I'm asked the question, usually from the teenagers, how do I improve at playing the guitar? But this question is very vague and it depends on whether you are a beginner or already able to play to some extent. I also think that improving someone's guitar playing and teaching are different talents. So I don't know if I can do it well. So basically I'm focusing on beginners and teenagers. The tips are all fairly varied. Let's get this started. This is actually the practice method I came up with when I was a teenager. This idea is about volume, but try adjusting the volume of the practice song against the volume of the guitar. When the volume of the practice song is louder than the volume of the guitar, you can copy the nuances of the guitar in the song. It's a characteristic of the guitarist that cannot be expressed in the score. Ultimately, you aim for the feeling that the guitarist is playing. Next, raise the volume of the guitar against the volume of the practice song. This is to check your playing. Please listen carefully and make sure that you are playing the song with some breathing room, the mute is not loose, and you are keeping the rhythm. If you repeat these steps, you will discover various things. Also, if you think of it as a serious recording and practice with that mindset, you will feel more nervous and it will be more effective. For guitarists, vibrato is a technique that gives each individual a musical personality. But it's better to do it exaggeratedly at live performances. If the venue is quiet and there are no drummers, fine vibrato might be effective. But it's hard to hear when the drums are being played in a massive audience. And while this may be a matter of pros and cons, I don't think vibrato should be applied when modulations such as chorus are used. The chorus wave and the vibrato wave don't match. However, I think it depends on what kind of modulation it is. Additionally, if you use choking or choking vibrato a lot, be careful not to dig your nails in too deep. Your nails will come off a little, and you will not be able to do choking for a few days. But it's a little likely that only Japanese and Asians have this problem. This is some music theory. In other words, playing a Dorian scale. Simply put, play F sharp instead of F. Let me show you. The point is how to use the F-sharp note well. This is especially useful when it's played with only one chord, such as A minor. The atmosphere of the song changes. Of course, it holds true even if change the key. So when you are in B minor, you play on F-sharp minor scale. And when you are in D minor, you play on A minor scale. What are the three major elements that compose music? They are melody, harmony, and rhythm. Recently, I think that it's becoming less common to go to a bookstore and buy a guitar instructional book. But there are many books writing about melody and harmony, for example scales and chords. But there aren't many books writing about rhythm, are there? It may be a category that not everyone is interested in, or that is difficult to use as teaching materials. However, I think rhythm is the most important element of these three. For example, it's important to be able to play with click, which is according to the weak beat, and to play complex beats, but also try getting into a groove. I don't listen to heavy metal or intense music so much, but I love Metallica, for example, because their music overflows with original grooves. Maybe everyone sticks to strings, pickups, bridges, etc. But I also want you to stick to the port, solder, winding materials, and capacitors inside the guitar. There are many types of jazz as well. I think that solder and wiring materials are used properly depending on the location, and even if you buy a guitar worth about 1,500 pounds, that guitar would only mount a cheesy port and capacitors. Actually, CTS ports and orange drop capacitors are not expensive, so it's worth switching to them. By the way, the capacitor is very effective when the tone is turned down. When I was in Japan, I exchanged all of them on my Stratocaster. I promised to hang out with my friend that day, and they came to pick me up at my house. But I was so impressed with the change in sound of my guitar, and I kept playing the guitar for a while, and made my friend wait outside for about 15 minutes. It was so shocking, so please give it a try. By the way, I don't use effect pedals very much, but if you do, try using true bypass ones and buffer as well. The true bypass effect pedal is less likely to change tone when bypassed, and the buffer prevents deterioration of sound quality, thin sound, and excess noise. In short, it brings the sound of a guitar directly to the amplifier. There is also an effect pedal called buffered bypass that always goes through the buffer. If we go more in depth, we would talk about impedance. So if you are interested, please look it up by yourself. These are the 5 tips I can teach you to improve your guitar. Did you find any useful information? Nowadays, you can easily look up anything on the internet. So, while it's a good resource, it may be difficult to tell which is the correct answer, because there is too much information. If you have any tips, please let us know in the comments. Let's share our tips with everyone. I will post more videos soon. Thank you for watching. See you soon.
So Arpeggiados.